Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome back, everyone. We are looking at Bitcoin on a daily time frame, and New York session has just opened. So we're trying to see if we're going to get that rise that we usually get. A few things I want to point out, and we're going to make today's session really quick. This is kind of when the daily candle opened over here at around 20,175. The daily VWAP is daily VWAP, daily volume weighted price average, is at around 20,300. Now, if we cannot close the daily candle or any candles basically on higher time frames above this 20,300, or if this daily VWAP stops dropping like it just did right now, it is going to signify pressure to the downside, and we will look for something like this happening right here. Basically another leg down. So be warned that if we cannot close today's candle above this $20,500 level, well, and for sure, if the price is under 20,300, the likelihood of further downside is there. Another confirmation will be once we lose this level at around 19,000. 19,600, 19,800. Once we lose that level, you are breaking into that bullish order block of support that we have built. And then you have this last level of defense around 18.6. And then after that, you're going to be testing the wicks. And usually that never ends up being healthy. We have officially made that head and shoulder formation with this lower high. So measured move of this, you guys can, understand that it's much lower, around, 14 to 12. And we have all these specific targets in our members for our members. So please feel free, if you want more details, to join our membership. We will be opening up 5 new slots at the end of September for October 1st. So if you're interested, leave me a DM in the Discord and we'll zoom in onto these lower time frames to see specific entries, exits, scalps, etc. So that's what we're looking at on the daily on Bitcoin. If we can claim above the 20,500, we can look to test into this 20,700 resistance, the next EMA. That's where we were trying to get into yesterday, but we didn't really have the audacity to even get in there. There's too much panic and fear in the market yesterday. And the other thing you want to keep in mind is that all of the negative price action in the market came from the CPI being a little too high. Well, you should also consider that some of the real people in the markets have started to price in the interest rate. Whether it be 0.5 or 75 basis points, you're still gonna see further downside once that occurs. And then the risk of deflation continues as well. So there's a lot of negative factors where either they're being priced in now, or this was just for the CPI surprise. And then when we start pricing in the interest rate, downside is gonna be more likely. So just keep all that stuff in mind for moving forward. This DV daily WAP is a free indicator on everyone's chart. Feel free to go to your indicators and just type in daily WAP or volume weighted price average. If you're on Bybit or Binance or FTX, they have that in there as well, on the mobile version as well. So this is something definitely accessible to you guys if you want it. Let's go to the 4-hour real quick. Daily, we got the daily picture. There's downside pressure, okay? Now we're going to the 4-hour to confirm, hey, is this downside pressure confirmed? If so, where? If not, where can we find resistance to the upside, etc.? So we are fighting this $20,300 level for upside. And if we claim that your next level of resistance is this monthly WAP at 20,446. All right, so even after we break this daily, the monthly candle, the monthly weighted average is also dragging us down. And when we were all the way up here, the monthly average was all the way down here. And I was like, yeah, this is a possibility. I didn't think it was going to happen in one day. I thought we were showing long scalps off of like the weekly VOP, even though the daily VOP was broken. And then we did get stopped out. Ethereum was like 6% gain on a 50x leverage, which was nothing. And then the Bitcoin was a loss. So just full disclosure, I had a Bitcoin long that I scalped like around here something, and then my stop loss was 20,820. So once we lost this 100, I got out, and then you saw this huge flush. So it's like, you know, sometimes you gotta like be upset because I did take a loss because it was a long area that I scalped and I was walking away. So I just left that stop loss and I was like, all right, whatever happens, happens. The principle is that it saved me much more money. And now I could take a long from here and then have a stop loss underneath here and ride it up to where we broke down. Just because, as I was saying on a 4-hour time frame, if we do claim this daily WAP and this monthly WAP, the next level of resistance is going to be this breakdown area at around 20,800. Won't that put salt on my wounds that we come back to that level and go up? Because that's now the pivot, and then if we go up from there, I'm just gonna be stopped out, and I could have had those. So that's one of the issues with high leverage scalping. I only did high leverage scalp because this move was so fast that I was like, yeah, there'll be a little bit of dead cat bounce into the 21 or the 200. I'll take my quick profit and I'll roll it out. But obviously, this was one of those days that didn't occur. And then if I was trading Ethereum, I did not take my Ethereum short, which I'll show you. But if I had my Ethereum short, my short would have been fine. And then even though long got stopped out, it would have been fine because the short would have been still in profit. So this is one of the reasons why I say, hey, you should have two positions. Even right here in this little consolidation, you can take a short, you can take a long, and your stop loss for your short can be 20,550, just a little bit above that wick, because if you get hit, you get hit. Okay, you just got to take that loss if it happens. And then your short will get stopped out, but your long will still be in profit, so you can take your profit on your long. And your short stop loss should be probably right under the previous day low, which is around 19,860. Like you could do 19.8, you know, just give that little bit of wiggle room for a little wick to come in there if it does. And if not, then you have both two trades running. More than likely right now, the short is going to be likely due to these wicks to the top and it hitting these monthly and daily WAPs and all the EMAs coming down so hard. More than likely, you're going to find resistance. We're going to go a little bit sideways here, probably leg down. Then we'll find some support and then ride up. So once we lose this area on this 4-hour time frame, I gave you a level for 19.7 or 19.8 on the daily, right? It was like around here, the order block. Well, on the 4-hour, the bullish order block is all the way here at 18.7 to 18.5. So depending on what time frame you're trading, you should know that, hey, you got to look at your daily for that 19.6, okay, that 19.6 level. And if that gets tapped, you can switch to your 4-hour and then start, you know, really zooming in. And then if you find an entry over here, say you want to take a long over here, you can take this 15-minute time frame, pop it up and be like, all right, what do we got here? Okay, we had this low here. This is a bullish support now. All right, we try to test it 1, 2, 3 times. It's acting as support. Great. Now we can take a long scalp over here off the bottom of the flop and attempt to go all the way back to 21.3. But if you do take a long here, your first TP should be right around here, which is 20,500. I think that was the resistance to the upside. I believe so. I'll look back later, but you should take one right here anyway, the profit, because this is a larger EMA. And then the next profit you can take in the bearish order block, like right in the beginning at 20,800. That's the level that got me yesterday. I was longing and I had a block of support here and it broke under that bullish order block, and that's when this flush happened. So this actually became the short pivot, and that's when I got stopped out. So it's like this was a legit area to trade on a 4-hour time frame, not a daily. And that's why it happened what happened. I could have relonged, but I think I was in an office with an interview, so I couldn't really do stuff yesterday. And probably not today either after this daily video is done because I have interviews later today. So this is what we're looking at. If you're trying to take a long scalp, you know that you can try to enter at 20,175 with low leverage, with the idea and plan that, hey, if you do test the bottom of the block, you can add, but your absolute stop loss will be this 19.8 because we don't have any more data to say, hey, we can have support here or whatever. After 19.8, your next long could be the previous month's low at 19.5. So these are things that you want to consider. If not there, you can go all the way to the week's low at 18.5. This is $1,000 difference. So we don't know where people want to do what they want to do, but this was an area that I wanted to long because of the fact that this was the weekly WAP, and we basically just filled the gap because this huge gap that it created, we just got to it. So there is some confluence in a long over here, is basically what I'm saying. All right, now this was basically something that I don't do on these videos. This is for members. So let's go back to the daily time frame and let's go to Ethereum. All right, so Ethereum on a daily time frame. You can see right now our WAP is at 1592. We are a little bit above it. That means that's good. If I was taking a long scalp, I would have my stop loss right under this 1550, because if we do make a lower low than yesterday's daily candle, more than likely we're flushing much further down. And this little head and shoulder formation that we made doesn't give me confidence of upside. I do think on a daily level that our resistance to the upside will be like 1640-ish. 1630, 1640 is the level that's been giving me like nightmares. Between 1575 to 1630 is where Ethereum has given ample amount of opportunities of making good trades. So under 1630, I will be short. 1575, I would take a long scalp with the stop loss underneath around 1550. And then I would just let this thing ride. I would try to take a short around 1630, 1640. I would take a long scalp off 1575. One of them is going to get stopped out. That's fine. If we do go to the lower level and test back, I'll add to my short to make it even a higher leverage to take it to the downside. If it goes higher and bounces on support, you can add leverage. But right now, a low leverage trade to get this entry is more ideal than taking 100x and hoping for like 10% of a move or all that kind of stuff. It's going to take time. Basically what I'm saying, we've been in this range for like 2-3 months. Like just look at that from July till September. That is probably the most frustrating thing to a trader. The other thing you want to look at is this little head and shoulder, and I said that this thing could like just pump up because it could fake out. It's still a possibility. This is an inverse head and shoulder situation. The merger is happening, I think, like tonight at 2 in the morning. Once that happens, it's very possible. It's very possible. That's why we are fighting this range the only way that we can logically do, which is a short off 1630.40, a long off 1575, and then we just have to wait for price action to tell us if we're right or wrong, because how else will you know? So that's all I have for the daily. Let's go to the 4-hour. On the 4-hour, good news and bad news. Good news, we are building support areas. This little inverse head and shoulder that looked like it was going to break this neckline and actually go to this level, 1855, freaking failed right at the EMA and actually swooped right down for the liquidity. We are on that support right now. If this level, like I said, 1575 holds, I'm looking for 1630 as my breaker for my short. 1630, 1680, 1630 to 1680. Once that level is claimed on Ethereum, I will immediately consider, hey, that possibility of that extension of that arm is there, because this price action is going sideways. If it wanted to dump, it can dump, But yeah, going sideways gives bulls time to accumulate, and then they can mark up the price. So keep that in mind. And since I did it on Bitcoin, I'll do it on Ethereum too. Here's the 15-minute chart. We could go over this the way we did with Bitcoin. Now here is the freaking juice. Now on Bitcoin, we had blocks bullish to support us. Right now, we are fighting resistance. So this is all resistance, and you're forming a triangle here, like a triangle distribution, or whatever you want to call it, wedge on the bottom. Usually this is a consolidation or like down. I don't want to put any kind of idea in your head, but if we lose this 1597 level, the possibility that this will become your next resistance to the upside is there. Like once we lose this and we start having like candles underneath it, you're gonna probably gun for these lower levels like 1575. And 1575 can only hold as support for so long because all the liquidity here is getting dried up. So eventually you're gonna have to go lower for that dead cat bounce kind of scenario, because the money, there is no more money here. People are buying and still pushing it down. They got lower highs, lower lows. Well, this is higher lows, but now if it wants to just launch on down, which it looks like it's about to do, then it's going to take all these lows out, and all these people who bought were the liquidity for the move down. Volume doesn't look that great either. I didn't look at the volume on the other time frames, but right now this is what's your situation. You can take your long after 1630 is claimed with a 15-minute open and close if you want to. But I mean, from a long from here to here, because your take profit is going to be 1630. So, like I said, I'm looking for a short here. I'm looking for a long here. Whatever it does in this range, I don't care. If you're trading this small of a range, you can use high leverage as long as your stops are put properly. All right? And that's what we're looking for. It is 30 minutes into New York Open now. Let me double check. The market is still consolidating sideways. Hardly any gain, hardly any loss. Literally going sideways. At this point, if we just go sideways, like, I'm just going to say we're going to fade down. This is now, you know, now the people are in their computers, they're trading. If they wanted to buy this 1,000-point dip, 1,500, almost 1,300-point drop on the market yesterday, and like Dow alone, if anyone wanted to buy the dip, they would have been doing it either into pre-market or into market open. That the fact that no one's doing that just shows that the fear and panic, and people are probably going to short that the CPI got priced, but the interest rate might have not, and that can get us the fuel to the downside, as well as the Ethereum merge risk. Even though, as far as I have studied, the hard work is done. Things can go wrong, like APIs, you know, like swaps. You know, exchanges have to catch up to the transactions after the merge. Stuff can make complications, but the majority of the issues has been tested and cleaned. So I'm not expecting any issues of the merge other than the wait for the exchanges to catch up to everyone's splitting of the old coin to the new coin, and etc. So aside from that, I don't think we have a negative event coming. I just need to like see the event path, and then if we get euphoria, like, you gotta understand, if Ethereum pumps, it doesn't matter about Bitcoin. All the altcoins will pump with Ethereum. So every person trying to get rich quick, buying all those alts, will be on FOMO mode, and everyone will be hyped, talking up their coin, showing P&Ls, and other people are gonna feel salty and trying to chase. It might extend the rally a little bit higher, and then boom. Because the measure move of this is only to here. I'm only looking for Ethereum to come to like 1660 to 1680 from this formation right now. At 1660 to 1680, I expect resistance and sideways or down. So if you take a long scalp here, you gotta make sure you're taking your profit in this range. If you're taking a short here, make sure you scoop up some profit on this range. That's what these lines are here for. This is where you're supposed to be acting, because these are significant data points for the algorithm bots, including these WAPs, including these EMAs. The last thing is my fibs. But that is what I'm trying to do for you members, is to show you this on a daily time frame. Every day we go through this because it's different every day. There's this today we're consolidating the bottom, so I'm saying, hey, yeah, you should try to take a long scalp because everyone is in fear and trying to short. So take a long off of like the WAP to 1575. Get ready for the pop up, then get ready to ladder into a lower short. Long here, short here. Have both trades running. Move your stop losses as the trade is progressing. Minimize the loss with one side of that trade, because you know one side is going to have to go. So if you take this long here, yeah, you want to take profits here, but beware of this bearishness right here. So right into this monthly WAP, you're going to find bearishness, especially this 200 EMA. So, well, guys, that's that. I am trying to do what I can for you guys, depending on what you guys want. So if you guys can do me a favor, please leave a comment in today's video as to what I can do differently to help you personally. That way I can get that data and incorporate it into our new videos. Other than that, if there are any other assets you guys would like to cover, or if you have any questions or concerns, leave it in the section below. Please, please, please do me the only thing that I need, which is a like on this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Press the bell button notification if you haven't already. I'm not going to be distributing the media on Twitter, Telegram, and Discord as the way I did with my script. I'm going to allow the people who are actually members and who are subscribed to the channel get the content without me having to bombard you with it in other avenues. So hopefully, if you are enjoying the material, please share it with a friend. That's how I think we will grow together. And like I said, we are opening up 5 new member slots for October 1st. If you're interested, DM me. You have about 15-16 days left for the end of the month. $20 a month is all I'm charging. $1 a day and less to do everything that I'm doing, which I think is reasonable and fair. If there's anything else, guys, like I said, please feel free to share in the videos below, comment section below the video. And then if you would like to join our Discord group, there is a constant chatter of coins, price action, possible trade ideas. Feel free to join. It's in the description of this video below, the Discord group. And that Discord group is also where we will hold our membership meetings with our live chats, charts, trading, etc. Yeah, I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. See you soon. Have a great day. Trade safe. Let's all have our fingers crossed for Ethereum.